This next step in your process is going to be about your location of your business. And before you even think about trying to find a location, first you need to actually list all your needs. And get a piece of paper out and a pen and start writing down what your needs are. What's necessity? What's nice to have, but what's really necessary for you? You're going to want to make sure you have a list of those things. I'm going to give you some examples of what you might have. Maybe a securable lobby with room for a receptionist desk and a waiting area if you have a larger clinic. You might want to have a place for 3 waiting room chairs. You might want to have 1 or 2 ADA compliant bathrooms for disabled clientele, maybe 2 treatment rooms, heat adjustability for each room independently, a laundry room, break room for your employees to take a break, as well as maybe a place for your hydrocollator hot packs or a separate refrigerator and freezer unit for your hydrotherapy. Maybe you want to have at least 4 dedicated parking stalls for your people that come to your office. If you want to have employees, you need to have stalls for them as well as your clientele as well. Perhaps handicap accessibility. Now, if you have an office in your home, this is a side note, I'll probably say this more than once. You have an office in your home and you put a sign up in your yard, you've now made your home into a commercial location. If you don't advertise it, there's no signs in your yard, you don't make a big deal out of it, oftentimes you can sidestep that. But as soon as you do that, the city has a right to come into your place of business and not only walk through your home, but they also have the right to tell you, you know what, this bathroom is not ADA compliant. You need to have a 5-foot turning radius, for example, for a wheelchair. Now it's going to cost you $40,000 to remodel your bathroom to make it compliant. So be careful, and please, please, please talk to an attorney if you have to, but be careful about putting signage up in your yard, because suddenly your nice home becomes a professional, official place of business and your ADA laws kick into gear. So, it is nice. If you're working with clients, you need a wheelchair and you want to work out of your home. Think about that. You might want to put some ramps in anyway, or those kinds of things. But be very careful about the laws with that, because the ADA is very, very powerful law, and you will abide by what they require. You want to just remember, in general, location, location, location is always what they say about business, and that's pretty much from a standpoint of drive-by in retail. Massage therapy location is not quite the same thing. I don't want to have my massage clinic perhaps visible for everybody to drive by and pop in. If you want some privacy and you want to have a place where people can come where it's quieter, maybe you don't want to be on the main drag. So I talk to your people who are helping you find locations and tell them what your needs are, and tell them about your privacy needs, and from there you can find the ideal location. But check on zoning, making sure that the massage is okay in that area. You want to make sure that everything is negotiable. When you are dealing with, you find the right location that you want to sign a lease, remember, everything is negotiable. So they may say, you know what, to have this built out the way you want it to be built, to move that wall, to add a door, it's going to cost this much. To say, you know what, I'd like to have you pay for the build out, and I want that built into my lease, and so I'll stay longer. Instead of maybe a 2-year lease, I'll sign a 5-year lease if you'll pay for that cost up front. And they may work those costs into the lease. So remember, everything is negotiable. Again, if you're dealing with home-based, watch out for making sure your home is going to be compliant for that. I don't like working out of my home. I think it's dangerous from the standpoint of security, from some issues for people that don't like to have people come to their house because they can't get the person out of their home, So perhaps if you do have a home-based business, maybe a separate door entrance would be a good idea. A panic button of some sort to call the police if something goes awry. But make sure that you have a safe environment if you do want to work out of your house, and please, please, please think that through before you actually do it.